Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled to be here today to talk about something we all care about deeply, our health and wellness. Let's face it, without good health, we have nothing. So if we truly want to achieve greatness in life, it begins with taking care of our most valuable asset, our body and mind. Today, I'm going to share 7 key points that will help guide you toward a healthier, more vibrant lifestyle. Your health is your wealth. When we think about wealth, we often imagine material things, money, properties, cars, and all the luxuries that come with financial success. But if you truly think about it, none of those things matter without good health. Without health, you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor, and all the wealth in the world won't matter. Your body is the foundation of everything you do, and it's essential to recognize that health is your true wealth. Just like any investment, maintaining your health requires effort, commitment, and a focus on long-term goals. It's not about getting rich quick, but about making choices that will serve you today, tomorrow, and years down the road. Think about the mornings when you wake up feeling energized and ready to take on the world. That energy, that zest for life, is directly tied to your health. When your body feels good, your mind feels good, and that translates into your ability to perform at your best in every area of your life. However, health is not a passive endeavor. It's something you have to actively nurture. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life and neglect the importance of physical activity, proper nutrition, and rest. But when we neglect our health, we are essentially depleting our most valuable asset. Imagine trying to build wealth without putting any effort into saving or investing. Eventually, you'll run out of resources. Similarly, if you don't invest in your health by exercising, eating nourishing food, and getting enough rest, your body will eventually break down, and no amount of material wealth can restore it. Taking care of your health is not just about looking good on the outside, it's about feeling good from the inside out. It's about your heart being strong, your muscles being fit, your mind being clear, and your body being agile. Your health impacts how you think, how you interact with others, how productive you are at work, and how you feel when you're at home with your loved ones. It influences everything from your ability to chase your dreams to your ability to simply enjoy the moments in life that matter the most. Furthermore, investing in your health today also ensures a better future. Think about how we make financial investments for our retirement years. We set aside money, we make thoughtful decisions, and we plan for the future. Your health deserves the same approach. By focusing on regular exercise, eating nutritious foods, and staying mentally sharp, you are setting yourself up for a lifetime of vitality. The return on that investment is not measured in dollars, but in the ability to live a long, active, and fulfilling life. Your health allows you to show up for the things that truly matter, the moments with your family, the experiences that will create lasting memories, and the opportunity to contribute to the world around you. It empowers you to pursue your passions, take on new challenges, and continually grow as a person. It is, without a doubt, the most valuable asset you have. In a world where distractions are abundant, it's easy to overlook our well-being in favor of short-term rewards. But when you truly understand that your health is your wealth, every choice you make becomes an investment in your future. Whether it's choosing a healthy meal, taking a walk, or getting the rest your body needs, each action strengthens the most valuable thing you'll ever possess, your health. Set clear goals for your health. When it comes to health, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Each person's body, lifestyle, and aspirations are different. That's why setting clear goals for your health is so important. Without clear goals, it's easy to drift aimlessly, hoping for change without taking the necessary steps to make it happen. Just like in any other area of life, whether it's your career, finances, or relationships, goal setting provides direction, focus, and a roadmap to success. The first step in setting goals for your health is understanding what you truly want to achieve. Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to build muscle, improve your cardiovascular health, or feel more energized throughout the day? The clearer you are about what you want, the easier it will be to create an actionable plan. Take some time to visualize the version of yourself you want to become. What does that look like? Do you see yourself running a 5,000, fitting into your favorite clothes, or simply feeling more confident in your skin? The more specific you can get about your health goals, the more motivated and committed you'll feel to achieving them. Once you've identified your goals, it's time to break them down into smaller, achievable steps. We've all heard the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, and the same is true for health and wellness. Major goals like losing 30 pounds, completing a marathon, or adopting a completely new lifestyle can seem overwhelming if you look at them as one big, unattainable task. Instead, break them down into smaller, manageable steps. If your goal is to lose weight, start with setting realistic weekly goals like losing 1 or 2 pounds per week. If you want to build strength, set a goal of increasing your workout intensity gradually. The key is to take consistent, incremental steps that add up to your larger goal. Setting realistic and measurable goals is also crucial. While it's wonderful to have big dreams, it's equally important to ensure that your goals are attainable within your current abilities and circumstances. If you set goals that are too lofty or unrealistic, it can lead to frustration and discouragement. For example, if you're new to exercise, setting a goal to work out every day for an hour might be too much too soon. Start with a goal of 30-minute workouts 3 times a week and gradually increase from there. Similarly, if you're aiming to eat healthier, set small goals like incorporating more vegetables into your meals or reducing your sugar intake gradually over time. Another critical aspect of goal setting is making sure your goals are aligned with your values. Your health goals should reflect what truly matters to you, not what society or others say you should be focusing on. Ask yourself why you want to achieve these goals. Is it because you want to feel better, have more energy, or be able to play with your kids without feeling tired? When your goals are aligned with your deeper values and desires, you're more likely to stay committed and motivated, especially when faced with challenges along the way. Time management plays a vital role in achieving your health goals. In our busy lives, it's easy to push our health to the back burner. We might have a packed schedule with work, family, and social obligations, but the truth is, you need to prioritize your health. This doesn't mean you need to spend hours at the gym or prepare elaborate meals every day. It's about finding small windows of time in your routine and using them wisely. Whether it's taking a walk during lunch, doing a 20-minute home workout in the morning, or meal prepping on weekends, integrating health goals into your day-to-day life is key. Accountability is another powerful tool in goal setting. When you set health goals on your own, it can be easy to skip workouts, indulge in unhealthy foods, or push your wellness journey aside when life gets busy. But when you share your goals with others, you create a sense of responsibility. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or a support group, having someone to check in with can keep you on track and motivated. You'll feel more inclined to stick to your commitments when you know someone else is rooting for your success. Lastly, it's important to celebrate the small wins along the way. Too often, we focus solely on the end result, losing the weight, running the race, or achieving the perfect health status. But every step you take toward your goal is worth acknowledging. Whether it's a week of successful workouts, choosing a healthy meal, or sticking to your plan despite challenges, celebrate your progress. These small victories will keep you motivated and remind you that you're moving in the right direction. Small changes lead to big results. When it comes to health and wellness, we often think that drastic changes are necessary to see real results. Many people believe that in order to make a difference in their lives, they need to overhaul everything at once, completely changing their diet, committing to long hours of intense workouts, and making big, sweeping shifts in their habits. While that might work for a short time, the truth is, lasting change doesn't come from huge, unsustainable shifts. It comes from small, consistent changes that compound over time and lead to long-term success. The beauty of small changes lies in their sustainability. When you start with a small, manageable adjustment, it's much easier to stick with it. For example, instead of deciding to cut out all junk food cold turkey, try reducing your intake gradually. Maybe you begin by cutting back on sugary snacks a few days a week or swapping out 1 soda for water each day. These small steps may not seem like much at first, but over time they create a shift in your habits and mindset. Gradually, you'll find that your cravings for unhealthy foods diminish and your body naturally starts craving more nutritious options. Small changes also reduce the sense of overwhelm that often comes with trying to adopt a completely new lifestyle. It's easy to feel discouraged when you set out to make big changes and they don't happen as quickly or as effortlessly as you expected. When you focus on small changes, you give yourself the time and space to adjust and build new habits without pressure. You start by focusing on just one step at a time, and before you know it, those small changes add up to something much greater. One of the most powerful aspects of small changes is that they create momentum. When you make progress, even in small ways, you build confidence and motivation to keep going. For example, if you've been struggling with incorporating more exercise into your routine, start with just 10-minute workouts a few times a week. As you consistently show up and complete these small sessions, you'll start feeling better both physically and mentally. This sense of accomplishment will push you to keep going, and soon enough, your 10-minute sessions will turn into longer, more intense workouts. The key here is consistency, not intensity. The more you stick with small changes, the more they will evolve into something much larger. The cumulative effect of small changes is often far more powerful than any drastic transformation. This concept is similar to compound interest in finance. When you consistently invest a small amount over time, it grows exponentially. The same goes for your health. If you make small, positive changes each day, whether it's adding more vegetables to your meals, drinking more water, taking a daily walk, or getting an extra hour of sleep, those small actions will accumulate into significant improvements over time. It's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing something consistently and allowing those changes to compound. Small changes also make it easier to integrate healthy habits into your lifestyle. Rather than feeling like you're constantly battling against your old habits, small changes allow you to gently ease into a new way of living. You don't need to radically change everything all at once, and in fact, trying to do so can often lead to burnout and frustration. By starting small, you allow yourself the opportunity to learn and grow at your own pace. For example, if you're new to exercising, you might begin with a short walk each day, and as your fitness improves, you can gradually increase the intensity or duration of your workouts. Over time, what was once a small change will become a permanent part of your routine. Small changes lead to big results. When it comes to health and wellness, we often think that drastic changes are necessary to see real results. Many people believe that in order to make a difference in their lives, they need to overhaul everything at once, completely changing their diet, committing to long hours of intense workouts, and making big, sweeping shifts in their habits. While that might work for a short time, the truth is, lasting change doesn't come from huge, unsustainable shifts. It comes from small, consistent changes that compound over time and lead to long-term success. The beauty of small changes lies in their sustainability. When you start with a small, manageable adjustment, it's much easier to stick with it. For example, instead of deciding to cut out all junk food cold turkey, try reducing your intake gradually. Maybe you begin by cutting back on sugary snacks a few days a week or swapping out one soda for water each day. These small steps may not seem like much at first, but over time, they create a shift in your habits and mindset. Gradually, you'll find that your cravings for unhealthy foods diminish and your body naturally starts craving more nutritious options. Small changes also reduce the sense of overwhelm that often comes with trying to adopt a completely new lifestyle. It's easy to feel discouraged when you set out to make big changes and they don't happen as quickly or as effortlessly as you expected. When you focus on small changes, you give yourself the time and space to adjust and build new habits without pressure. You start by focusing on just one step at a time, and before you know it, those small changes add up to something much greater. One of the most powerful aspects of small changes is that they create momentum. When you make progress, even in small ways, you build confidence and motivation to keep going. For example, if you've been struggling with incorporating more exercise into your routine, start with just 10-minute workouts a few times a week. As you consistently show up and complete these small sessions, you'll start feeling better, both physically and mentally. This sense of accomplishment will push you to keep going, and soon enough, your 10-minute sessions will turn into longer, more intense workouts. The key here is consistency, not intensity. The more you stick with small changes, the more they will evolve into something much larger. The cumulative effect of small changes is often far more powerful than any drastic transformation. This concept is similar to compound interest in finance. When you consistently invest a small amount over time, it grows exponentially. The same goes for your health. If you make small, positive changes each day, whether it's adding more vegetables to your meals, drinking more water, taking a daily walk, or getting an extra hour of sleep, those small actions will accumulate into significant improvements over time. It's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing something consistently and allowing those changes to compound. Small changes also make it easier to integrate healthy habits into your lifestyle. Rather than feeling like you're constantly battling against your old habits, small changes allow you to gently ease into a new way of living. You don't need to radically change everything all at once, and in fact, trying to do so can often lead to burnout and frustration. By starting small, you allow yourself the opportunity to learn and grow at your own pace. For example, if you're new to exercising, you might begin with a short walk each day, and as your fitness improves, you can gradually increase the intensity or duration of your workouts. Over time, what was once a small change will become a permanent part of your routine. Another powerful aspect of small changes is that they give you room for flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and there will be days when things don't go according to plan. Maybe you miss a workout or you indulge in a treat you weren't planning on. With small changes, there's no need to feel guilty or discouraged. Instead of viewing it as a failure, you can simply refocus and get back on track the next day. Small changes give you the freedom to adapt and maintain progress without feeling like you've ruined everything. Each day is a new opportunity to take another step toward your goals, no matter how small. Finally, small changes allow you to make health and wellness a lifelong journey rather than a short-term fix. When you make large, dramatic changes all at once, it can feel like you're forcing yourself to maintain an unsustainable lifestyle. But when you make small changes over time, you're able to adapt and grow in a way that feels natural and long-lasting. These small, sustainable habits will become second nature, and you'll no longer have to force yourself to stick to them. Instead of focusing on a quick fix, you'll be building a lifestyle that you can maintain for years to come. Small changes may seem insignificant at first, but don't underestimate their power. Each small step you take toward better health is an investment in your future. When compounded over time, these small changes lead to big, transformative results that will have a lasting impact on your well-being. By focusing on progress, and consistency beats perfection. In the pursuit of health and wellness, it's easy to get caught up in the idea of perfection. We often set ourselves up with unrealistic expectations, striving for the ideal diet, the perfect exercise routine, or the flawless balance between work, life, and self-care. We want to be the best version of ourselves today, right now, without any mistakes, delays, or missteps. But the reality is, perfection is an illusion. It's something that we chase but can never fully attain. True success, especially in the long run, doesn't come from perfection. It comes from consistency. Consistency is the daily practice of showing up, even when things aren't going perfectly. It's about taking action even on days when motivation is low or life gets in the way. Consistency doesn't demand that you be perfect. It simply asks that you keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps might be. When we focus on consistency rather than perfection, we set ourselves up for real, lasting change because we are committing to progress, not an unattainable ideal. The idea of perfection often holds us back because it creates an all-or-nothing mindset. We may start a new health plan with excitement and motivation, but if we slip up, maybe we miss a workout, have an unhealthy meal, or don't sleep as much as we should, we feel like we've failed. And when we feel like we've failed, it's easy to quit or give up entirely. This is the trap of perfectionism. It's the belief that if we can't do something perfectly, there's no point in trying at all. But when we shift our focus to consistency, we realize that setbacks are part of the journey and that we can get back on track without beating ourselves up. In contrast to perfection, consistency is about showing up day after day, making small, manageable changes that build over time. It's about recognizing that progress, no matter how small, is still progress. If your goal is to get healthier, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to work out every single day or never indulge in your favorite foods. What matters most is making small, consistent choices that support your health goals. Maybe you only exercise for 15 minutes one day, or you have a salad instead of fries at lunch, but those small choices may consistently add up. Over time, they compound into real, noticeable change. One of the beautiful things about consistency is that it allows for flexibility. Life doesn't always go as planned, and sometimes we can't stick to our routines perfectly. But with consistency, we know that one misstep doesn't derail everything. If we miss a workout or eat something less than ideal, it's okay. We don't throw in the towel or abandon our goals. Instead, we get back to it the next day. The key is not in being perfect every day, but in getting back on track after the setbacks. It's about understanding that life is full of ups and downs, and success comes from continuing to put one foot in front of the other, regardless of the obstacles. Consistency also builds habits. When you're focused on doing something consistently, whether it's exercising, eating healthily, or practicing self-care, it becomes a part of who you are. The more consistent you are, the easier it becomes to stick with it. Eventually, the actions that once felt like a struggle or a sacrifice become second nature. It's no longer something you have to push yourself to do. It's just part of your daily routine. That's the power of consistency. It creates automatic, lasting change. Another important aspect of consistency is its impact on motivation. It's easy to rely on motivation to get started with a new health routine, but motivation is fleeting. Some days we feel excited and ready to take on the world, while other days it's hard to even get out of bed. Consistency doesn't rely on motivation. It's about creating a routine that you stick to, regardless of how you feel on any given day. When you show up for yourself, even when you don't feel like it, you're training your mind and body to keep going. Over time, that sense of discipline builds and becomes its own source of motivation. You'll begin to trust the process, knowing that every small action you take is adding up to something bigger. While perfection might seem like an admirable goal, it often leads to burnout, frustration, and a lack of progress. The pressure to be perfect can leave us feeling defeated before we even begin. On the other hand, consistency is sustainable. It doesn't demand that you be flawless, but it encourages you to keep going. And that's what leads to lasting transformation. It's the steady, unwavering commitment to small, positive actions over time that creates the results you're looking for. Lastly, consistency helps us develop resilience. When you focus on consistent progress, you build the mental and emotional resilience to face challenges. Setbacks no longer feel like failures, but rather like opportunities to learn and grow. Each day you show up, despite the obstacles, you prove to yourself that you are capable. This resilience becomes a powerful tool, not just in your health journey, but in every area of your life. You learn that it's not about being perfect, it's about persevering no matter what. Perfectionism may seem like a noble pursuit, but it often stands in the way of progress. Consistency, on the other hand, is the true key to success. By focusing on the small, consistent actions that support your goals, you set yourself up for lasting change. Consistency allows room for flexibility, progress, and growth, while perfection creates unnecessary pressure and disappointment. Embrace consistency, and you'll see that over time, it's the consistency of your efforts, not the perfection of them, that leads to extraordinary results. Keep pushing forward no matter the setbacks. Life is full of challenges. No matter who you are, where you come from, or what your goals are, you will inevitably face setbacks. Some setbacks are small, like missing a workout or a bad day at work, while others can be much larger, like personal loss, health problems, or major life changes. But here's the truth: setbacks are not the end of the road. They are simply part of the journey, and how we respond to them often determines the course of our lives. It's easy to feel disheartened when things don't go as planned. We set goals and expect to see progress, only to find ourselves knocked back by obstacles, delays, or failures. In those moments, it's natural to feel frustrated, discouraged, or even divine. But that's when resilience and perseverance come into play. The ability to keep going, even when things seem tough, is one of the most important traits you can develop. It's not about avoiding setbacks because they're inevitable. It's about how you handle them and how quickly you get back on track. The first step in pushing forward is recognizing that setbacks are a normal and natural part of life. Every single person who has ever achieved anything worthwhile has faced failure or hardship at some point. It's easy to look at someone who has succeeded and think they've had it easy or that they've never had to overcome obstacles, but the reality is that setbacks are universal, they don't discriminate, and they don't define us unless we let them. Instead of viewing setbacks as signs that we're not meant to succeed, we need to reframe them as opportunities for growth. Each setback offers us a chance to learn, adapt, and come back stronger. When setbacks happen, it's important to give yourself permission to feel disappointed or upset, but don't let those feelings control you. It's okay to acknowledge your emotions and take a moment to process what's happening. However, don't stay stuck in that emotional space. Emotions, while important, should not dictate your actions. It's easy to get caught up in the feeling of defeat, but the longer you dwell on a setback, the harder it becomes to move forward. Instead, focus on the next step. Ask yourself, what can I do now to get back on track? What have I learned from this experience, and how can I use that knowledge to improve? In moments of difficulty, it's essential to shift your focus from the obstacle to the solution. Pushing forward also requires developing a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and perseverance. They view setbacks not as permanent failures, but as opportunities to improve. With this mindset, you're more likely to embrace challenges and remain motivated in the face of adversity. A growth mindset allows you to see setbacks as temporary, and it helps you bounce back quickly because you understand that failure is not an end, but simply a stepping stone on the path to success. It's also important to break your goals down into manageable steps. When you encounter a setback, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and lose sight of your long-term vision. However, focusing on small, achievable steps can help you regain momentum. Instead of looking at the entire journey and feeling discouraged by the distance left to travel, focus on what you can do today. Whether it's taking small actions or simply showing up for yourself, every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. These small wins add up over time and keep you moving forward. In addition to focusing on small actions, it's crucial to maintain a sense of perspective. Setbacks can sometimes make us feel like we're failing, but it's important to remember that failure is not final. It's often just a part of the process. When we face a setback, it can feel like the world is crumbling, but in reality, it's often just a temporary obstacle. Life is full of ebbs and flows, and things rarely go perfectly all the time. By keeping a balanced perspective, we can remind ourselves that no setback lasts forever, and with persistence, we will find a way to overcome it. One of the most powerful things you can do when facing setbacks is to cultivate a support system. Sometimes the road to success feels lonely, especially when things aren't going well. It's easy to fall into the trap of isolating yourself when you encounter difficulties, but that's when the support of others can be most valuable. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, encourage you, and remind you of your strength and potential. These people don't have to have all the answers, but their presence can provide the motivation and reassurance you need to keep going. Whether it's a friend, family member, mentor, or colleague, don't be afraid to lean on those who care about you when you need a boost. In moments of setback, it's also essential to practice self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when things don't go according to plan, but self-criticism only makes it harder to move forward. Instead of blaming yourself or dwelling on your mistakes, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend who is going through a tough time. Understand that setbacks are part of the journey, and they don't diminish your worth or potential. By practicing self-compassion, you can maintain the emotional resilience needed to push forward through difficult times. Another important aspect of persevering through setbacks is maintaining flexibility. Sometimes setbacks occur because our original plan or approach isn't working. In those moments, it's important to be open to changing your approach. It's not about abandoning your goals, it's about finding new ways to achieve them. If one path is blocked, there are often other ways to get to the destination. Flexibility allows you to adapt to changing circumstances, remain open to new ideas, and find creative solutions to the challenges you face. Being flexible doesn't mean giving up on your goals, it means adjusting your strategy when necessary. Lastly, pushing forward requires patience. Many people give up on their dreams because they want instant results. They expect to see quick progress and become disheartened when things don't happen as fast as they would like. But success is rarely immediate, and setbacks are often part of a longer journey. Patience allows you to keep working at something, even when progress is slow or difficult to see. With patience, you understand that results take time, and you're willing to put in the effort day after day to move closer to your goals. Setbacks are a natural and inevitable part of life. They are not roadblocks, but rather opportunities to grow, learn, and develop resilience. When faced with a setback, remember that it is not the end of your journey. It's just a temporary challenge on the way to success. By shifting your mindset, breaking down your goals, staying flexible, leaning on support, and practicing self-compassion, you can push forward with strength and determination no matter what obstacles arise. Success is not defined by how smoothly the path is, but by your ability to keep going even when the going gets tough. Keep pushing forward, and you will find that every setback is simply another step toward your eventual triumph. The power of healthy relationships. We often hear about the importance of maintaining our physical health, but what about our emotional and social well-being? One of the most powerful factors influencing our mental, emotional, and even physical health is the quality of our relationships. Healthy relationships have the ability to uplift us, support us through difficult times, and provide a sense of belonging and security. They can nourish our emotional state, reduce stress, and enhance our overall quality of life. In fact, studies have shown that people with strong, positive relationships tend to live longer, healthier lives. The power of healthy relationships goes far beyond simple companionship. It impacts every aspect of our health and happiness. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and open communication. When we engage in relationships where we feel valued, heard, and understood, it creates a safe space where we can truly be ourselves. This feeling of safety and security is essential for our well-being because it allows us to express our emotions freely without fear of judgment or rejection. In relationships like these, both parties can share their thoughts, needs, and vulnerabilities, knowing that the other person will respond with empathy and respect. This level of trust fosters a deep connection that promotes emotional stability and resilience. One of the most significant benefits of healthy relationships is the emotional support they provide. Life is filled with ups and downs, and during challenging times, having someone to lean on can make all the difference. Whether it's a partner, family member, or close friend, a supportive relationship offers a sense of comfort and reassurance when we face hardships. Having someone who listens, validates our feelings, and provides encouragement can help us navigate difficult situations with greater ease. This emotional support reduces feelings of isolation and loneliness, which can contribute to anxiety and depression, and instead cultivates a sense of belonging and connection. In addition to emotional support, healthy relationships also provide a sense of accountability. Whether we're working toward personal goals, trying to adopt healthier habits, or overcoming obstacles, having someone in our corner who encourages us and holds us accountable can propel us forward. A healthy relationship serves as a source of motivation and inspiration, reminding us of our strengths and potential. These relationships help us stay focused and committed to our growth, pushing us to become the best versions of ourselves. Having a partner or friend who genuinely cares about our success can be a powerful driving force for positive change. Healthy relationships also contribute to our overall physical health. The impact of social connections on physical well-being is often underestimated, but it's just as important as regular exercise or a balanced diet. Research has shown that people who have strong, supportive relationships have lower levels of stress, which in turn reduces the risk of chronic health conditions such as heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Healthy relationships can improve sleep quality, lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and even boost the immune system. Simply put, when we feel loved, supported, and connected, our bodies respond positively. Our overall health improves because we are not constantly battling stress, loneliness, or emotional exhaustion. In the face of setbacks, remember that resilience is the true measure of your strength. Challenges may slow you down, but they do not define your success. Keep pushing forward with persistence, a positive mindset, and the unwavering belief that you are capable of overcoming anything that stands in your way. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Stay committed, remain adaptable, and trust that your determination will lead you to success. The journey may not always be easy, but the reward of pushing through every obstacle will be worth it.